state of play. Let's talk about the market. So like we always say, follow the data and the headlines. So 2025 is kicking off a new growth cycle. These are a smattering of headlines from the past year. I think the majority, though, are from 2025, and there's a lot more. And overall, what we're seeing is more buyers, more capital, higher valuations, and more deal making. But what are the insights and the data behind that? Let's get into it. So capital flows. We're going from correction to signals of growth. Billions of dollars were invested in the space prior to the summer of 2022. I would call that period irrational exuberance, probably too much capital at the wrong terms. So naturally, there was a pullback and a correction, but now we're starting to see an uptick in the data. In the first quarter of 2025, nearly $1 billion was invested into creator startups, and it was across a variety of sectors. This is a very positive trend. So let's talk about some of the deal themes that we are seeing at Rockwater based on our research, data, and client work. So one, talent services. These are companies that are talent management or agencies and helping clients build 360 businesses. I think we track over 25 deals of management companies over the past couple of years. And one interesting trend is that we're seeing digital management companies form studios to create and produce content and IP alongside their clients. So one of our clients, Unicorn Management, they just announced $1 million from Powerhouse Capital last week. And then Fixated, they raised around $13 million from Eldridge a few months ago. On the right, influencer marketing, creator tech businesses. Primarily platforms and companies that are helping brands and agencies connect with creators and social media inventory at scale. Interesting trends here, we're seeing large multi-billion-dollar agency holding companies like Publicis be very aggressive in the space, spending hundreds of millions of dollars to buy 3 companies over the last 12 months. And we actually just announced a deal. One of our clients, Lion Eyes, an influencer marketing platform, sold to Gen Video earlier this week. So 2 more themes to watch. Social publishers. So these are companies that are producing and distributing content on social channels. So what's interesting here is new buyers entering the space that are non-endemic to media. For example, Wonder, a food services business, bought Tastemade, a food media company. And then Robinhood, a fintech business, bought Charter, a financial media company. Why is that happening? Because content is a new way to acquire users at scale and through more efficient economics. On the right, we're also seeing a lot more deal activity in the podcast space. Interesting theme here, Fox, traditional media company, having an existential crisis, seeing talent like Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson leave its business, bought a business called Red Seat Ventures to solve that problem. So these are spaces to watch.